Hello everyone, it's Barry here. Welcome to my Virgin Kitchen. I hope you are well. Today, I hope you're enjoying the Back to the Future t-shirt, by the way. Loving it. 1.21 gigawatts of t-shirt loving from you, hopefully. We are making some cream horns. Miso cream horny, I put on Twitter, and you guys love that. I don't know. These are so nostalgic, and they remind me of when I was younger, actually. Used to go to the bakery and eat one nearly every other week. You'd have like a coney corn, horn cone. That's what I was trying to say. Yes, so basically it's like a spirally horn of puff pastry. It's all nice and ribbed effect on it, really cool. There's fruit dumped at the bottom, any fruit you like really, filled with cream. So we're actually going to put some extra fruit on top just to make ours look extra super fancy and all that stuff. And it does look a little bit tricky and complicated, but trust me, they are really, really easy to make because I actually made some last night to test the theory. Kind of like here's some I made earlier on those TV shows, so I know it works. They look great, but I'm going to show you how I did it from scratch right now. First thing I want you to do is take a paper plate or a sheet of card. Now I was like doing this for ages last night, going and I did a snip up the middle and then folded it, and it looked horrendous. It looked like a really small stumpy cone. So the best way I found to do it was to actually get quite rough with it and just take a point and just sort of just roll it up quite aggressively, like so. So you get like quite a high cone. Don't worry about the angle because we can trim that. It does help if you have someone with you. I've only got the pugs to help me at the moment. Just take one side so that it kind of holds its shape a little bit. It doesn't actually need to be that pretty. The foil, which we're going to get in a minute, will cover it, but let's trim our bottom. Yeah, see? It's still not ideal, but that doesn't matter. It's standing up, which again actually is quite irrelevant really, but we'll foil it now. I think I just find it more aesthetically pleasing like that. But anyhow, there's another two that I made earlier. So we take our tin foil, get it right tucked in there, roll it across, and then over like that. Cut off the end, because we're not making the Olympic flame. Twist your point at the end, give that a snip, and then push the ends actually into the cone. And that is our very futuristic looking foil carrot or mould. Right, so I don't have any spray oil at the moment, so I'm just getting oil in my hands, and it's really important that we lubricate the cone to make sure that the pastry does come away from it, otherwise you're going to end up with a lovely foil insert. There we go. That'll do. Now this is our lined baking tray, okay? Got some ready-made puff pastry, which is sat out for about 10 minutes just to make it a little bit more maneuverable and hopefully want to roll out. Be very careful when you do that. You don't want to tear it. It's quite cool because it's got like a backing paper underneath it as well. But I'm going to get my knife. And what we're going to do is cut strips. So it doesn't matter how thick or thin you make them. Just try and make them quite even. I'm actually finding this really therapeutic, so I'm going to do all of them. But you only need about 3 strips for a cone. Nice. So here's what we do. We take a strip, and be careful, they do stretch quite a bit. You want to make sure they hold their shape. Take it round the top like so. And just start to sort of, you just want to gently overlap it so it just touches the edge and work your way down the cone, okay? So can you see that effect we're getting there? And you're going to get to a point, because your strips aren't going to be that big, where you're going to come to an end like that. So we need to get a join. And we'll just pinch together our top end actually a little bit. So try and marry that join up as best you can, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter that much. It's going to get covered in sugar anyway. It's just all about ensuring that you maintain a relatively consistent overlap on the pastry, because it gives it this really cool effect. I really like it. So that's 2 strips on there. We'll get 1 more strip on. So just try and just blend it together a little bit. That join, as I say, that is the trickiest bit, but work it around. And hey presto, that is it done. So what I'm trying to do at the top there is we're just going to try and just make it sort of blend in a little bit more, just to sort of blend the top, to give it a little bit of a seal. But there we go. That is, looks like some sort of medieval spear. That's it done. So I'm going to do that with my other two. And the pugs are eagerly anticipating the final results of this. You can see how excited they are in their beds. Yeah, I'm going to say it really does help if you have the strips pre-cut, because you haven't got to keep sort of swapping from one roll to the other. So get all your strips done and then just wrap them around like you're bandaging. You are a nurse. You're a pastry nurse. Right, so here's what we're going to do next. We have got our lines tray again, and this is some beaten egg. Beat it! Beat it! Take your cone, get your beaten egg, and you're going to paint your cone. Whee! This is very therapeutic. In beaten egg, it's going to give it a nice golden colour and also act as a bit of a glue. Yeah, it's going to seal the layers together a little bit and also help when we put our sugar on in just a minute. It's going to help that sugar stick to it. There you go, nice and glossy. So what we do is we take our cone drenched in egg, and this is some Demerara sugar, okay? It's really sort of nice and grainy, so don't get any really super fine sugar if you can't get this. Just make sure you get some granular sugar. And all we're going to do is just sprinkle it on top. Can you see that, how it's sticking to the egg? Oh, gives it a really cool effect. So you're going to get the golden sugar and also the golden colour from the egg on there around those sort of ridges. It's going to look really cool, like this. So with that done, for some reason I thought, yeah, we've got to stand it up and bake it, but you don't. You actually lie it down. So what I'll do is find like the worst side with one of the seams on it and like sort of bake it, lie it down like that, okay? So then we're just going to repeat that with our other two. I'll do that now. Oh, there you go then. So they are done. I've preheated my oven to 180C fan, which is 200C. The equivalent is on your screen right now. We're going to put them in there and bake them for 15 minutes or until nice, puffed up and golden brown. Just while it's in the oven, I want to talk to you. So, you know, I've told you about this whole thing with the studio, and some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, well, most of you are like, it's really exciting. A few of you I knew would be like, oh no, it's going to change. Trust me, I'm still going to do some videos from home still, but to have help, someone filming, editing, making it sound good. I'm using the lapel mic today. They can help monitor the sound, do all that, and actually capture bloopers while I'm moving the camera and stuff. I do a lot of funny things and they can capture that, edit it, make it look awesome. Plus I'll still have a grab cam anyway and get other friends that I can interact with, the kids and stuff. It's gonna be awesome and you're gonna love it. Plus, if you hate it, there's over 1,200 videos still on the channel that you can go back and watch. That sounded like a rant, but honestly, I'm genuinely really excited and you should be too. All right, so we're gonna make our cream filling. So the horn at the bottom of it has the fruit, which typically I have stewed apple in mine, which I've always loved, so that's what we're gonna go for. You can either make that by chopping up some apples, stewing it in some water with some sugar, and then you make this, or you can just buy a jar like that, which typically goes with your pork on your roast dinner, right? So we're gonna use that, but also you can flavor our cream. You can put vanilla in it, whatever. But what I'm gonna do, I don't actually have any lemon curd. I was gonna whip the cream up with lemon curd, but instead we'll add a little bit of this in there. Let's do it. So in goes our cream. Oh my gosh. We're gonna whip it up. Alrighty, I don't know if you can see out there, it's not the thinnest cream, but it's not the thickest. We do want it to be relatively thick so it can hold its shape, but here's our jar of the apple filling that will go at the base of our horns. Boom. About 1.5 spoons of that, so about a tablespoon and a half. And rather than, I need to move this out of the way, and rather than actually whipping it, because then that'll just extra curdle it, you're gonna just fold it through the cream, okay? And you can spot then if it does need an extra whip. It's a little bit wet at the back there, but generally that is quite a nice thick cream, which we can either pipe or spoon into our horns. So let's say that's just an alternative to adding vanilla extract. And as you can hear that beeping noise, hopefully the horns are now done. Today's random shout out goes on Twitter to follower, boom, Chris Weston, at Chris Weston 95. Cheers, mate. I just wanted to show you that this actually does need another 2 minutes in the oven. There are some strawberries that we're going to stick on top of ours because it's hopefully going to give it a real cool contrast with the cream. I was going to hold them. I'm not sure. I think it'll look more strawberry-ish with the hull on, but obviously you don't eat them with the green bit on, all right? Unless you're hardcore. It's time to get them out. Oh, yeah. Check that out. That's my yummy We have to be a little bit patient now. If we try and pull them off of the sheet right now, the sugar is still quite hot. It might stick to it and rip off some of the pastry. So just let it cool, baby. The only other step you need to do is pull out the foil cone inserts, which should just slide out with the oil on there. So which brings me to the ones I made earlier, which we'll finish off with. Ain't got time to wait for these to cool down. People need to see this video. I've got to get it uploaded. Not sure if you can hear. They're really nice and crispy. The sugar's all caramelized and crunchy on there. The Demerara sugar really makes these. Oh. I'm using a glass, by the way, just to hold it up. We are going to go old school because I generally don't like piping as a thing. So we're going to push the cream into the tops, sort of gently hold it as you press it all the way down because you don't want to break the pastry. It is delicate. Kind of need to go on a piping course, actually. I'd quite like to do that. I don't mean plumbing. I mean pastry. Baby. Patisserie. I feel like I should start to branch out soon and actually learn from the pros or get them to come into the kitchen. That's what I can do at the studio, actually. So if you are a chef from anywhere around the world, ideally UK, because the budget's pretty low, and you want to come and teach me how to do something and be on the videos, get in touch, actually. I'd quite like to do that. So when I get to the top, I want to try and make some sort of relatively nice mound. I don't think I'd ever say that word before. Relatively nice mound. All right, great. That is looking phenomenal. That's looking like a lovely... I'll take that right now. Do you know what? We've forgotten to put the apple in it, haven't we? Sorry, I was getting too carried away. So the apple goes in right at that bottom, really pushing it right down there. And then we put the cream on top like so. Boom chicka wow wow. Sorry. I'm gonna keep it in that glass as long as I can, just for stability, but I'm just gonna sprinkle a teeny bit more Demerara sugar on top. Oh yeah. And we'll just get some strawberries and just sit them on the top there. Just let the cream bite into it. These are amazing English strawberries, which I'm sorry are the best strawberries in the world. And they're actually just from up the road from me in Cheddar. Which if you've never been to Cheddar, it's amazing. They've got like cliffs and stuff and goats. Everyone needs goats, right? Just take you off and lift you out. There we go, folks. Our cream horn. Let's just come out a teeny bit. There you go. Look at that. And there's apple right, I think it got to about there. Apple in there, our creamy apple filling all the way to the top with some strawberries all over. Love it. So I have holed the strawberries now for this scene. I did also have this crazy idea of merging two cones together and actually making like Viking horns. That'd be amazing. Or would it? Here we go. Oh, phenomenal. Sorry. I think it's gone. I quite like that though. Crunch of the pastry and the sugar, so good. The creamy appleness in there, plus a little bit of the strawberry. I didn't heat the bottom with the filling right there, but there's enough in the cream. Try it. Let me know how you get on. I love to see your pictures and your attempts of recipes. It's so good to see. Loads more inspiration on myvirginkitchen.com. Let me know down below what you want to see next. Don't forget to follow me on social media for loads of behind the scenes bits and bobs. I've been Snapchatting and Instagram storying this stuff to craziness. So that's it, folks, and I'll see you next time.